The truth hurts, and it hurts deep. And this is one thing I realized when I was a high school peer counselor. Apparently, vile tulifika form 2, kulikuwa na program ya peer counseling. Sawa. Na kwa hii program tulikuwa tumechaguliwa watu watatu. So I was one of them. Two of my classmates ditched me. It's okay, I forgive them, but it was a fun thing, and I don't blame them because people have different kind of things. But I felt like okay, I was chosen by the class. So anyway, the reason I'm saying the truth hurts is because we as peer counselors, when we were in high school, we used to come up with this training program, and this training program gave us the code of ethics and everything that entails uh, peer counseling. When I mean, what is peer counseling, you ask? Peer counseling is the offering of say ni kama tu therapy ya nini ya people of the of yani like your peers too. I think it is self-explanatory for itself. I don't know how to explain, but we used to offer like guidance. We used to offer like encouragement, those kind of things. And it's one kind of a job that I didn't take up quite seriously upon myself. I always felt like I was giving people encouragement. I was always counseling people, and I didn't counsel myself. So that is one thing that messed me up. But why is the truth hurts? The truth hurts, especially when you come to realize the kind of ethics that you're supposed to preserve in that work or what you're supposed to do. We were told that whenever you're offering sad news, you shouldn't sugarcoat stories. You should not sugarcoat things. You should not like say. Let me give an example and say Brian has a dad and the dad dies. Haufai kusema ati sijui you're not supposed to go ahead and tell Brian that sijui your father has passed on, he has gone to be with the Lord. Don't assume that they are Christian. Don't even assume that their religion. Just tell them straightforward that they have died. But you need to tell them in a way that is professional. You're supposed to, in fact, ask them what they think, or you should even first ask them, why do you think they have been called? Because I remember when you were delivering sad news, it is something that you have to call them first. And when you are working with the school, because I was working with the school, I was under the in terms of leadership, I was under the prefect. So I was like something kitu kama tu hiyo ilikuwa chini ya prefect. So kama si prefect wanaitwa ni pia counselors ndo wanaitwa. Sasa mimi nilikuwa naitwa kunini kutuma hiyo ujumbe sasa, and it was fun. But one thing, it was like a talk show. My peer counseling bana was like a talk show. I would go there. I used to have talks with my class on Thursdays and Fridays. And not Thursdays. Okay, we did have them on Thursday at one time. Then when we go to Form 2, we did have them on Fridays and Sundays. And it was highly anticipated. I remember even my mathematics teacher once came to witness us talking, but it was more like a talk show. I can't say it was more like a counseling because I remember going pale mbele ya class na kuongea na wasee na wao natoa grievances na mi naongea. So kila siku, kila Friday na Sunday wase walikuwa nangoja tu nikuje niwaambie kitu. I can't deny that I'm a good storyteller, but you see, this one was more impactful. Huh? I don't. Nobody actually came out to say that I kind of helped them. I don't think I really changed a soul. If you ask me, I don't. Sidhani I changed. Okay, according to me, I don't think I did much to change. I just think it was more of like entertainment. Come to think of it, it's more of like entertainment. Honestly speaking, it was more of like entertainment because people would just talk their shit, and we were. That's why I think most people actually, but people did make out friends during that time. People actually came clean to each other because all this is just GNC. So GNC in high school. GNC is guidance and counseling. So and guidance and counseling, we were a total of around when we started, because the group actually started genuinely. We were around, I think we were around 50 something, because each class in the high school from 1 to form 4, and remember, each form has around like each class has around like 10 streams. So yeah, your counselors were many. And you haven't even tallied the teachers that are in charge of that work are around five. They were around 5 to 10, yeah. But I remember there's a guy called no, I will not mention their names, but one of them is a very prominent guy in the education sector. So back in my high school, and we did a lot of things, and I'm grateful that I was given the opportunity to do that because every time I would speak up and I would talk to my friends, and some of them did tell me that they were grateful for me being there. Well, all this time I was failing in high school. I was really failing. I had my own issues. I was battling my own mental disorders, people which I came to realize later. But I don't like to acknowledge that because why should I acknowledge? Why should I acknowledge that I have problems? And yet, the more I think I kind of believe that the more you start believing in such things, the more they eat up your mind. So anyway, when I was having this time as a peer counselor, this was the best moment that I could have to speak with people that had problems like me, and we just talk. Friday evenings was more like the serious shit. Then Sundays was evenings was like tunabangaiza tu masaa tunatupa tu masaa, but uh, after that I ended up rising all the way up to I had a very powerful position as a in that sector. I don't know, I was the organizing secretary or something like that. Yeah, that is like number four, because babu we had the chairs, then we had the president of the club, integrity club. By the get I was in the integrity club, so I was like somewhere fourth in command or something like that. But it wasn't that much of a big deal for the whole school, because babu integrity club is just like any other club. But it was taken more seriously in terms of power, like in the sense of you're under the prefects or something like that. So if anything goes on that the prefect can't handle, the teachers, you can just talk to your peer counselor. Uh, this was some very hard times, when one of my friends' dad died. It was also a very tough moment for me because he was my desk mate, and I really didn't know how to convey or offer that emotional support. So it is just something that I felt kind of sad for. But later on, we went on, we spoke. Yeah. And the one other thing I wanted to say about peer counseling is that you cannot counsel yourself, and you actually need guidance. You also need to speak to a guidance. You actually need to speak to a teacher. You don't. A peer counselor cannot talk to another peer counselor. It's more of like a peer counselor talks to a teacher, like the teacher's in charge because they have a higher power. It's just like they used to be told a peer counselor cannot also guide their parents or their siblings because of something which you call conflict of interest. So that is something that nilikuja kuheshimu, when I'm doing this kind of shit. But the thing is, I'm really grateful. I don't know. I've always been finding myself in positions of leadership, though I've always had quarrels with people. I've always had like in a psychological, no, what do you call them, nazitangaje, hizi ideological conflicts, lakini hizo ni vitu tu tulikama up nazo tukamaliza. But I don't know, anybody has their own type of leadership that they perform, but the truth will always hurt. Let me tell you, once you enter into this kind of profession, au sijui matherapist au sijui psychiatrist, watakwambia kitu yenye hata ya mwenyewe hautaikubali. That's why sometimes even when we were introducing ourselves, people are telling us about their problems, and you're like, why you uko mbaya uko mbaya bro. Lakini sasa, because you have to be professional, you come up clean and tell them everything will be okay, and they kind of believe. Not totally, no, not everybody, you can't just undergoing be undergoing some sort of problem, a lot of creative, everybody is going to be like settled. It takes time, healing takes time. But anyway, I just wanted to share this because I felt it's something that was in my head, and I couldn't let it go. I had to speak of it. I had to tell you guys what I really did. So with the little that I have, if you feel like you need to talk to anybody, the comment section hapo chini inafanya kazi. You can just comment. Or if you have my number or anything, yeah. And please like and subscribe to my channel. We are 67 subs. We are going very slow, by the way. This is an this is a open-minded channel, by the way. So feel free to type anything there. Thanks.